Live from the Sinister district and the great beyond. Good evening, everyone, everything, and all creatures of the night. I am Michael Paul, alongside Mr. Curbs. Tonight we welcome a guest who is an undertaker and who might have a Christmas spirit following him. Stay right where you are. You're listening to the Sinister district. Okay, folks, before we get straight into this, let me just clarify what this Jingle Man creature is, because a lot of people have been asking me. So, this is an urban legend. It is a shadowy or ghost-like figure said to announce his presence with a jingling sound, often bells, keys, or metal. The sound is typically described as slow, irregular, and unsettling, heard before the figure is seen. Some common settings for the figure is dark roads or woods, near abandoned buildings, outside windows at night. And the legend often warns that if you hear the jingling get closer, you shouldn't look outside or follow the sound. So today we had a guest who may have experienced the Jingle Man firsthand, and he has gone through many different encounters, and he now seems to be losing his hearing, possibly as a result of encountering the Jingle Man. So this is a horrifying story. So buckle up, folks. And what is this? Some kind of sinister district? Anyway, sorry. Enjoy the episode. Alright, tonight we are joined by a man whose childhood grief and work collided with something he thought only existed in the stories. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's guest, John. Hello, John.
Hello? You guys can hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah.
You could hear
Sorry,
you.
I'm a bit hard of hearing. They tell me I talk funny now because I can't hear as well.
You're good. We
I think
could hear
sound
you.
fine. Yeah, we can hear you.
Good.
Tell us about your situation, John. What do you do for work?
Well, I can't say too much of what I do for work because we take care of a lot of families here to keep things confidential. But I guess I could say I work as an undertaker.
Okay.
All right. Very interesting job.
What's your favorite part about that job?
Nobody can hurt you. I mean, with all the machines now taking everybody's job, you're not going to take away death care.
Sure,
And
yeah,
I would hope not.
and yeah, and you know, dead people can't hurt you. They're dead.
true. AI can't take away undertakers.
But they can haunt you, and that is what we have possibly here. So the story is that your dad, he got laid off a bunch of Christmases. Right? And
Yeah. Well, my dad was a junkie. He had a heroin addiction, and when I was growing up, people didn't see addiction as something you could. They just kind of was like, well, get over it. Go back home and get off the shit and come back to work. And so when you come home, you get off it for a little while. And mom worked, and dad was home, and me and I had sisters, and we were too young to know what was going on. We just were happy to have. He was home with us, and when he was, I don't know what you'd call it. I think they call it withdrawal. When he was done with that, then he wanted to be part of everything, and he was he would write his Christmas notes from Santa and all that. He did all that kind of stuff.
That's nice.
And he used to tell us, what you ever hear the old Christmas song that says talks about telling ghost stories. Well, he told ghost stories around Christmas time, kind of like the Christmas Carol story. And my dad would tell us about something that I guess we always just thought it was something he made up. He called it the Jingle Man. This dumb, stupid thing. But come to find out, my father must have heard it from someone else, I guess. I don't know.
Jingle Man. Interesting. What is this?
Yeah,
Yeah, go on, Curbs.
Oh, no, you can go.
What does this Jingle Man entail? What is the first thing that you've heard of him? What did your fathers tell you?
Well, my dad told us that he was like like the evil spirit of Christmas, I guess, or the winter. I think nowadays you might hear something like they call it Krampus,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
of Krampus. Yeah.
So it's like that same kind of idea, except that he don't look like a goat. He looks, I don't know what he looks like. It's not really a look. But it's not that he comes and gets like, what is it, like naughty, bad kids. It's that he comes
Right.
and if you become, when I was growing up, if you were sad for too long, they didn't see you as being sick. They saw you as being selfish.
Right.
So the idea was if you're being melancholic, is what the doctors called it then. If you were melancholic, they say the Jingle Man's going to come and make you tear yourself apart, which I think was like a nice way of saying kill yourself.
Mm.
And so, you ever watch kids open up presents on Christmas and tear the wrapping paper up like wild animals?
Yes.
That's what he makes you do to yourself.
So is this like a cryptid, or is it a spirit or an entity? You'd say spirit? Is that?
I don't think it was a ghost. My understanding is that the Jingle Man is something like I like that word entity. That's a good way to put it. I think it's. I guess the Christians would call it a demon. My daddy never said specifically what he was. I don't know. I think he was more like what do you call it? Like a force of nature. I don't think he was really a man. I think that's just the way he wants you to see him.
Right.
Now, I couldn't find a lot of information on about the Jingle Man online, but you said it wasn't something like this was like something pre-existing before that your father found out about. It wasn't like his creation, right?
I thought it was his creation. Growing up, my sisters and I, we thought he made it up. We never thought it was anything besides that. And then come to find out, as I got older, I work in this job. I work nights, and I have a lot of time to read. And I read little ghost stories, and next thing I know, I find people are talking about this thing, this little boogeyman thing, and this is years after my father's passed away. And I thought, oh, I guess Dad didn't make it up. It's something he must have heard from somewhere else. And the only other thing I can find on it is that they called it, I think they called it, I don't speak German, but it's something like, what's it called? Glockman. It means bell. But
Right.
I don't know where this legend comes from if it doesn't come from my dad. I don't know that. I just know that my father, he told us the story, and we were very young. And when I read this story online years later after my father had passed away, there's this dumb little like Christmas carol my father would sing to us when he would tell us the stories. And it's silly. It's very simple, little childish thing. And when I read the little story, well, it was word for word the same thing. And I knew immediately my father could not have come up with this because it was verbatim, and that's what made me think I have to look this up. And like you said, I have not been able to find very much about this thing online, but I did talk to these people, and are they tell me it's because all these legends are oral tradition, and they have only recently become something that's been written down. And they say that's because of uh, what do they call it? Immigrant children coming over here
Hmm.
and then writing down what their grandparents told them.
That makes sense. What is your nationality? Where do you come from? Your descent?
A little bit of Polish, a little bit of Irish, a little bit of French. But my understanding is that the closest thing that can be found what this is something from the Germans.
Right.
I think Krampus is also a German creation. So
That's what I understand.
probably makes sense.
So it has something to do with the bells. You hear the bells and you sense danger. Have you this is like a tale, right? He hasn't experienced it personally, or
Well, I don't know. I feel so
You haven't
stupid saying
experienced
I feel so stupid saying this.
no,
Um,
no. We're here to. That's what we're here to talk about. To raise awareness for
it.
whatever it
Yeah,
may
you never
be.
know if like maybe more people like there might be someone out there that might know more information about the Jingle Man.
well, this time of year, a lot of young men take their lives. People are lonely this time of year, and it's cold, so you don't have anybody. You stay inside, and in my line of work, we have a lot of suicides, and it's my job to go remove the bodies and bring them in so they can prepare it for the families. And uh, well, maybe I'm speeding up too much here. That story I found online with the same little song poem thing that made me think of my father who passed away. My father overdosed. Um, I reached out to the writer of that little short story, and I never got an answer.
Hmm.
And my sister said, leave it alone. So I left it alone. But then, uh, just recently, rather recently, we had a suicide. I got the call from the police, and I showed up on site, and we had young man, who had taken his own life, and he was laying there, and it was a mess.
It's horrible.
And yeah, and so I put on my gloves and I pick him up and put him on the. It's like a stretcher. It's not called a stretcher though. And um, he's got all these like newspaper clippings and pieces of paper, and I don't know what it is. And we're trying to pick it off, and we put him in the bag. We take him to the van. We get him back to the home, and we bring them in and we're cleaning them up, and we're cutting the clothes off and throwing it away. And as I'm pulling off the pieces of paper, one of them was, I don't know if it was like a journal entry or something, just some kind of scratch pad. It was the poem.
Wow.
It was the poem that my father read and that I read in that short story. And that shook me up. But that's not even why. That's not why I feel so stupid. I feel stupid because I can't hear anymore. Because ever since I first read the little short story and tried to reach out to the man, I haven't been sleeping very well. And then people at work started saying they couldn't understand what I was saying. And so I went to the doctor and he recommended a ear, nose, and throat physician. And I'm losing my hearing. And it sounds like constant ringing in my ears.
So like the jingle sound?
It's not so fucking stupid.
No, it doesn't sound stupid.
Hey man, people have these experiences, and people never get to hear them because they're too afraid. And we could see your strength through this because not too many people are willing to share their story. And you sound like a very strong person for going through all this, and you know your line of work is very tough, and you know.
Said.
I don't know. I think honestly, I think I'm just scared of losing my job. I can't talk about a lot of stuff, because
No,
it's like,
I mean we're relatively small, so I really doubt that it would come back to you.
You never know.
you never know.
That's true.
So, did your dad describe this Jingle Man to you? In the poem, right?
Uh,
Can we read this poem? Let's see it.
okay. It goes, here's bells and darkness dwells, hide quiet in your beds. The Jingle Man will come again and leave you when you're dead. That doesn't really describe what he looks like, though. I don't remember hearing a whole lot about what it looks like. I remember some stories, some versions of it I've heard where he is supposed to be like this living skeleton thing. And then I've heard other versions where you never get to see him, you just hear him. And you see his victims. You see the people he's taken, surrounded by them. They just get more and more. Usually they're naked, covered in blood, screaming at you, but no noise is coming out. But I don't know what he looks like.
Do you think the person you saw who had the Jingle Man poem on them looked like how it's like says like in the poem or in the story?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Wow. That's honestly a large string of coincidences that may or may not be coincidences. It's actually quite
How about the
fascinating.
how about the fact that all of it's in the same state?
Yeah, which day are you from?
I'm not telling you that.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Hmm.
Fair enough.
Would you be willing to provide us any photos, or I mean, you don't have to.
Oh, ew, no, I don't want to see
I
photos.
can't. I can't. I don't have them, and
Yeah,
also I can't. I wouldn't. That's illegal. I can't take pictures of
yeah,
people when
you
they
can't.
pass away.
Oh,
That's
not like
against the law.
that. No, I meant like if you have any photos or references of like this creature, the Jingle Man, or
No, he said he
any
didn't even know what it looked like.
No, sir. I don't. I don't. I thought it was something my dad just made up to try to scare us to be good on Christmas.
right, okay.
I'm sure somewhere on the internet somebody's made up some kind of picture for it. I don't know. I've never seen it. It's more I've seen too many things that connect me to it, and that makes me feel like I'm maybe going a little crazy.
Hmm. So would you say the Jingle Man is a localized myth?
I don't know. I thought it was just my family. then and then the internet's telling me it's not. And then this group that I got in touch with, I think you talked to them.
Right.
Miss Sherry tells me that this is an old, like before the days of Christ old. Like this is like an evil spirit of winter kind of thing.
Mm.
It's sort. I've heard some people say it's like, what is the Skinwalker one here for Native Americans, but not here. It's
Indigo?
over in Europe. Yeah, that thing, the wind thing. I heard it's
Mhm.
like that, but for Europe.
Oh,
But
Mm.
it doesn't eat you. It doesn't possess you. It makes you hurt each other or yourself.
quite horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, you described it perfectly. You said it felt like someone had opened my head and copied my memories. That line is. I could feel that. It's pretty. It's pretty creepy how all these things line up.
I I know a young man who I heard about from the group. I've lost contact with him. I know he's located somewhere out in uh, Washington. He he whenever he thinks he sees something, he picks out his phone and he takes pictures of it and he puts it on the internet. And I have never seen anything in his videos. They showed it to me. I didn't see anything.
Oh, I saw one.
But I understand that he is. I've spoken with him, and he has told me he is seeing a head shrink, and they have put him on many drugs, and he says it's just making it worse.
Yeah, here's one of the videos, I believe. I don't see anything.
Actually,
Just
no,
looks.
that's one right there. I see nothing in that video at all. Nothing. I I don't see anything in that video, but I know that I have spoken to that man. He is he he's convinced that there's things, but I don't see anything in anything he's ever shown me. I'm afraid. I'm afraid the young man is crazy, just
He's
like the man that killed himself and my father. which makes me wonder if I'm crazy too.
Well, he says though he claims to see Jingle Man in these videos, or a different creature.
That he claims that he sees. I don't know if it's the Jingle Man, but I know he says he sees the victims of the Jingle Man.
Oh wow.
He says they're screaming at him.
I mean, maybe I've heard of people who could see and hear spirits. Certain people can do it. Maybe that's
Isn't
a
that
big
called, like,
maybe. I don't know.
clairvoyant or something?
I don't know if anything. I work with death a lot. I have never seen anything to make me think that there might be anything after death. I'm not very religious,
You don't believe in an afterlife.
no, but I am either losing my mind or there is something haunting people. And I
Okay.
think I might be one of them.
Do you believe in ghosts then?
Never used to.
Never
Have you
used
tried
to.
seeking, like if you think that, like, I don't know, you might be like haunted or something, have you tried seeking like any kind of like any help or like support?
That's what the group was for.
Hmm. Like nothing like family or anything?
My sisters, they never had any kids, and they kind of disappeared on me. They talk to me sometimes, but uh, the group formed because we don't fit any diagnosis. We don't have any kind of, what do the shrinks call it, DSM thing. We haven't. There's nothing they can find, but we all have the same paranoia, the same nightmares. I don't know what you call it, delusions. Hysteria. We all have the same thing,
All about the Jingle
and
Man. They're all similar in that regard. You're saying.
you know, I don't know if they call it. I don't know what they call it. They all think that they're being. They all think that they are hearing things telling them it's cold, you're alone, you're done. Tear yourself open and join us.
Mm.
That's very horrifying.
Let's break down this jingle song. How would you describe the meaning of this?
Just a dumb thing kids would say when they're skipping rope.
So you don't think it's anything that serious?
Oh, I think it's serious.
Because sometimes there is ghost calls and things to summon spirits and different sayings, but
You boys ever watch a movie with Vincent Price called The Tingler?
No.
It's an old
No,
movie
no.
from like the 1960s. It was what do you call a B movie? It's nothing. It's nothing. And the idea of that movie was your mind makes things real. And if enough people share the same thought, you manifest it and it becomes flesh.
Do you think that relates to what you're experiencing?
Yeah. Because I'm losing my hearing.
Hmm.
And the doctors don't know why.
So They don't know. Like it's not like because of like any other factors. They have zero clue why you're losing your hearing.
All I know is the cilia in my ear are dying, like they're hearing loud noises. That's killing the cilia. The little hairs that make you hear vibrations. They're just falling off and dying. You don't know why.
Maybe this spirit travels through sound and songs. Maybe that's what it feeds off of.
It sounds. In the group, there was a lady. I don't remember her name. She was older than me. She's German. She talked about a plague church in Germany. I don't know. I have no idea if this is a real thing. Talked about something, and a woman on Christmas Eve killed her babies and killed herself. And when the bells were ringing for the morning, she said, "It's in the bells." I don't know.
That's
Something about the
interesting.
plague church. The plague church, apparently, is what she called it.
What,
I don't know if it's a real place.
do we know where this is or no?
Said
I
Germany.
believe he was from Germany,
Germany.
but I don't know. I don't know how real that is. I just know it's what she said.
Right.
What the hell did she call that woman? She called the woman the Mueller woman. I don't know. But the town didn't play midnight mass bells from, she said before the Americas, they'd stop playing the bells on Christmas because of it.
That's interesting. So when you saw this, you think it was a coincidence or confirmation when you saw this this similar song in the case that you said?
I don't want it to be that it's connected, but I can't help but think it is.
Yeah, okay, so you really felt that. Okay. Did you feel like watched afterwards?
I feel like I'm being watched right now.
Okay. That is a decent answer. Yeah, there's always people watching, so that is a good. That's what I believe, at least.
Well,
Yeah, I
you're
do
inviting
believe in
people.
spirits.
You're inviting people.
Yeah.
You want people to watch. I'm trying to hide
Yes.
from people.
Yeah, I think the best way to face things is head on. I think we should just try to get to the root cause and you know, try to stand up against it rather than hide or like, you know, something like that. But everybody's different.
I had a black friend growing up who used to say, "That's the problem with you white people. You hear a noise, you walk towards it."
That's good. So if it's not supernatural, why does it keep showing up? What's going on?
Well, I don't know if it's not supernatural. I think what it is it's not it's not tied to anyone's religion.
Right.
I think a lot of people want to believe in things because it confirms what they want to believe. So if someone believes in possession from a demon, that means there must be a devil. It means there must be a God. So if you believe in ghosts, well, then there must be a heaven or a hell. So there's life after death. I see people come into this funeral home all the time, and they want me to tell them I saw something. And I have to look at them and say, whatever makes you feel comforted. And then they hold their little beads and they say their little secret whispers. And now it's like someone's whispering in my mind, and I don't want them to anymore because I don't believe in it.
Right.
So I wonder if maybe the supernatural is really just something we don't understand yet, but is real. But not because it's magic.
All right, hold that thought. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a quick message.
If you'd like to talk to Michael Paul or Mr. Curbs, shoot an email to theSinisterDistrict@gmail.com. That's theSinisterDistrict@gmail.com. You can also join the Sinister District Discord server in the description. This is the Sinister District.
So, have you had any physical encounters, or would you say it's mostly through the sound?
I mean, besides the dead man?
Oh yeah, I guess.
True, yeah.
Or the scribbled out poem?
You said you were German, right?
No, sir.
No, you're not.
I know the story.
He
The
said
story
Polish,
is
right?
German, Polish, French, a little Irish is in there. Well, they say Scott Irish, but I don't know what that is. I think it's just Irish.
Irish.
They tell me that, but I can't find any connection to Scotland in my family, unfortunately.
So if you encountered this creature head on, this entity, what would you do?
Try to turn and run if I could.
Yeah, I mean, what's the other?
Let me-
What's the other
let me-
answer?
Let me ask you a question. If you were in the ocean and you saw a shark, what would you do?
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's survival instincts, right?
I was attacked by a dog once when I was a kid. That dog was just scared. That dog was just scared.
How did that go? What
It was
happened?
me. Jumped up and bit me. I got stitches. Oh,
Where'd it get you?
face and my arms. Put my arms up to protect myself. That's the survival thing you were talking about.
Right.
But that's. I didn't plan any of that. It just happened. I don't think I could have outrun that dog if I tried.
True.
Yeah, I think humans are pretty slow compared to most things. So, if we would have an encounter, if
And
we
they're also
would
a
run,
lot weak. They're also a lot weaker than a lot of things. The only thing humans really have are tools. Tools usually.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how we rule the world. I feel like we're kind of weak and fragile.
Yeah, but then again, we have the most technology. Like we invented.
We have the biggest
you know,
brains.
like,
We're smart.
We invent guns. Like sure, a human can't beat a lion one-on-one, but if you have a gun, then it's over.
When did your father tell you this poem? Usually, you say every Christmas or whenever. When did he say it?
I think the first time I ever heard it with my sisters was, I don't know, 6 maybe, 7.
Right.
And then again, we thought it was just something he made up. So we asked him. We would beg him to tell us. We'd say, "Do the song, Dad, and tell us about it." And he'd make stories up. And it's funny now because now I can't stand the story.
But so you weren't like ever like scared of it as a kid? You like enjoyed the story?
I'm scared, but I think I was more. It's just like the story I read on the internet. I was excited to be part of something I knew no one else knew about. It was like being part of a secret. And then now, it's like because I know the secret, it's my turn to pay up. Like I have to, like when you have a debt.
Hmm.
Wait, so is it like anyone who hears about this story like is in trouble?
Well, for your boys' sake and for whoever your listeners are, I hope that's not true.
Yeah, I was about to say that might not be good.
Keep your eyes, or keep your ears open, but not too much.
It's like that tingler. If you want to think the tingler's going to get you, your own body will grow that tingler, and that tumor will come out of you, and it'll strangle you. In fact, maybe that's what the Jingle Man looks like. Maybe he doesn't have a body until he grows out of you like some kind of thinking cancer.
Yeah, I think. Here, let's make our assumptions. What do we think this is? I think it's a spirit that feeds off of particular sounds and frequencies, and basically that's how it lives, because different entities feed off different things for whatever reason. But I think it's some sort of spirit. I don't know if it's a cryptid, because
Cryptids are more like animals.
Yeah. But what do you think?
Me?
I think your explanations are as good as anything I can think of. I don't. What did they say? The 70s, the CIA, they were trying to find psychics, people who could do things with their mind. And the CIA didn't think that people had magic powers. They thought that people were just born different, and some people could do things with their mind. I wonder if this thing can only exist if people who have that all feed off each other, and then it's able to grow and become a physical thing.
Interesting thought.
Maybe it only exists for a little while, and then most of the time it just exists as a frequency, like a echo. And once it hits you, if you're just born a certain way and you're around other people that are a certain way, maybe we're what lets it reproduce, spread.
Maybe. And I
hope
think
it doesn't spread to the viewers.
Let's hope not. Don't sing this poem. Don't mess with the Ouija board. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Send your questions to us at the sinisterdistrict@gmail.com, and if you have experienced anything similar, please reach out to us. You could email us or join our Discord in the link in the description. But yeah, this is a fascinating entity.
It's a pleasure having you on. Hope things get better for you.
This is a really unique story. I haven't heard too many similar, and it seems not too popular. So let's try to see if anybody else has experienced it. But yeah, what do you have to say, John? Any other words to the viewers here?
If there's a cure, I want to hear about it. And if there's not a cure, Uh, I hope it ends with me and the other people that are dealing with it.
Wow. Well, yeah, that just about does it, folks. Curbs, what do you have to say?
Uh, thanks for being on.
Boys, thank you for not making fun of me, and thanks for not using my real name. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Until next time, folks, it's been a good one from the Sinister District and the Great Beyond. I wish you all a good night. If you hear bells, don't listen. Good night, folks.